You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
Oh, look, I'm just now realizing that you repping your
Grad school.
alma mater for grad school.
I was just wearing it because it's purple.
Oh, I didn't know we were still sticking with the purple theme.
I just decided to wear it.
Mm. Well, what's up, y'all? Happy Juneteenth. Yes. Happy Juneteenth on today. A day that we say, not that we say, but it's the day that African Americans all across the country were officially free. And Stephen has a lot of personal experience being in Texas now.
I was
With,
like, what?
not with being
You
free.
like Steven has a lot of personal experience. Do I?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like what's her name? Opal or something?
Yeah. But I've learned way more about Juneteenth living in Texas because it is when the slaves in Texas found out 2.5 years later that they were free. So yeah,
This isn't on our I would say our agenda. Look, I was in meetings last night. You know those meetings where everything is what they call them by dang.
mm,
But everything I motion that we vote on this, I second that motion and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
Um Dang, I don't know where I was going with that. But I say that's what I thought about agenda. But this wasn't on our agenda today. But let's talk about that for just a split second. Because when I looked at the lineup, I was like, we ain't got nothing serious on here today, other than the Surgeon General stuff.
Mhm.
But how messed up is that? I don't understand. I don't care what
What,
nobody say
what
about
don't
that
you
they didn't have
understand?
phones and internet and stuff. You can't tell me
You know how big the United
a
States is?
whole year went
They
by.
weren't they weren't driving cars more than a
I
year.
know. I know all that. But a whole year went by and ain't nobody some kind of way get to Galveston, Texas, wasn't in that where it was,
Yeah.
and tell them, you know what, y'all ain't slaves no more.
Look, I mean, you're acting like one, they ain't got cars. It's not like slaves are just going back and forth to their owner. I mean, they were traveling with their owners, but I mean, okay, Texas next to Louisiana and like Mississippi and all that. Like, okay, I bet you them people wasn't going saying, hey,
Well, okay, the slave owners, they knew. They just weren't telling them. Ain't no way they
yeah,
didn't know. Yeah, I don't buy
yeah,
that. Ain't no way
slave
the slave
owners in
owners didn't
Texas
know.
had, especially, okay, within a year they knew. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they're
And
like, we still
so
gonna get our money.
it's just hard for me to believe, or I believe it might have been this way, that maybe a house working enslaved person prob-
Overheard.
overheard and just didn't believe it.
Yeah.
And,
And okay, what you gonna do? You gonna be like, well, I heard they said this, so I'm gonna head out. Like,
now, okay, serious question. Explain this to me. Was it really like just in Galveston that they didn't know, or it was
they
like,
didn't know in Texas.
oh, in tech? Okay. Okay. So why
That
do
was
people
just
say Galveston?
because that was the spot that the dude went to.
Oh. Mm,
I mean,
mm.
that's the most eastern part of Texas, and it's on the water. I mean, it's
Mm.
just. I mean, yeah, they could have went across through
Now,
Louisiana and all that stuff. And went to
if
Galveston
you was one of them slaves,
and posted it on like a church. Posted it at a church.
mm, if you was one of them slaves, can you imagine how ticked off you would be?
I don't think you'd be that ticked off because you'd be like, okay, I'm happy it's over.
No, I'm saying, you trying to tell me they freed us a year ago?
2.5 years ago. Why you keep saying a year?
Oh, it was more than I thought. It was just a year.
No, that's why
Oh,
Opal Lee walked 2.5 miles for the represent the 2 years
oh
that it
nah, yeah,
took.
now that's some malarkey. It took 2.5. I thought it was a year. How?
No,
That don't make sense. How it took
yeah,
2.5 years for them to find out.
that sucks, right? Yeah.
And so the rest of the country knew, but some kind of way Texas was impenetrable for 2.5 years.
Okay, and don't act like okay, there weren't slaves in certain states, so
I know what I'm saying. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad they eventually found out.
yeah.
Uh And that's just it's hard for me to wrap
Man,
my mind around how an entire state did not
yeah.
know,
I
but
mean,
everybody else did.
people probably see. I think you're getting caught up in the details. People probably didn't know, but they didn't have an official like this soldier. He wasn't a soldier, but this military person went and brought the order number 3. Like he brought the order. So
Well,
did
see,
people
that's
probably
some.
know? Yes, but they like, I don't know if that's true. Like
Well, see, okay, well,
they ain't
that's
got
some mess
email.
too. Because what took you so long to send somebody down here to Texas? That's
Well, they might not have. Okay, Lincoln and them probably didn't know that Texas. What you mean Texas don't know, or are they not enforcing it? You know what I'm saying? It's not a.
mm,
I think you're being too technical of thinking they didn't. Yes, someone probably knew something, but they're like, we ain't enforcing this until someone comes down here and tells us that this is what happened. Hopefully, I got to moderate a discussion with her, and she's a cool old lady. She's 97 years old, still doing the walk every year. So she started doing the walk like 2018, saying she was going to walk from Fort Worth, Texas to DC to try to make Juneteenth a national holiday. So it was in increments. It wasn't literally a walk from Fort Worth
mm.
to
She
DC.
didn't do the Forrest Gump.
Yeah, but she's super sweet and really cool. Um, what was it? And then Juneteenth was special to her because I'm gonna get the date wrong. 1939, I believe, when her family moved from Marshall, Texas, to Fort Worth, Texas, on Juneteenth, a mob of white people burned down their house on Juneteenth. She said the newspaper said it was 500 people outside. The cops are outside. They told her dad, if you fire your gun or anything, we're gonna arrest you. So that's why
Was
it became so personal for her. She was 12, I believe.
was her house specifically targeted for a reason, or it was random?
No, it was, her house was specifically targeted.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
Her
1939.
dad was like the civil rights person or something.
No, he had a
Oh no!
gun.
Oh, they burned his house down because he had a gun.
No,
What?
they burned her house down because they was black.
I know, but I'm saying
She
it's a
made
whole.
it sound like her dad had a gun to protect himself
Oh yeah, no. I guess I was just trying to see why did they burn down her house? Like what?
because they
What was?
black.
There's a whole lot of black people with houses. Why his house get
Okay, it
burned
might not
down?
have been a whole lot of black people in that neighborhood in Fort
Mm.
Worth, Texas at that time. That's the West. That
Oh,
wasn't.
they burned down the new house.
Yes, the house they moved to.
Mm. Mm. How far is Marshall, Texas, from Fort Worth?
I don't know. Not close. Let's see.
So, so she's been in the Dallas Fort Worth metroplex all her life, for most part.
Yeah,
Mm.
Marshall, Texas, 140 miles from here, 2.5 hours.
Since we've been talking about it so much, I'll have to make sure we put in the picture of Steven sitting with Miss Lee. Was that
Yeah,
last week?
yeah. And
Mm.
the line she always says. So I asked her. She said this multiple times, but she said, you ask her what was her thoughts when she found out Juneteenth was going to be a national holiday, and she said, "I wanted to do a holy dance, but the young people say I'm twerking."
That's funny. That's funny. And when you think about it, it's good that you're able, and people that are, you know, millennials and younger are able to sit down and have conversations with people like her, because that generation and all those people, I mean,
Right.
10 years from now, 15, 20, they gonna
Yeah,
be
I mean she's
gone.
97. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was super cool, and I was so happy that my frat brother who works at the library that was hosting it asked me could I moderate it. So I went to my boss. I was like, I got to do this because I mean she is a living legend, and then she just got last month the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the
Mm.
highest civilian honor you can get. So that's really cool. She's pushing to get a Juneteenth museum built in Fort Worth. Um, so that'd be cool to pass on the information. She has a kid's book. I bought it. Maybe I'll give it to Emmanuel or something. Give it to my godson.
Mm.
She signed it, but it's like a kid's book teaching about Juneteenth. She used to be a teacher. Um,
Mm.
and she married an alpha. He's no longer with us. She's a Zeta.
Oh.
But yeah, you know how to get that in. We didn't say this is episode 21. Episode
Yeah.
21 of the Dialed In Show. And also tomorrow is Dad's birthday. Dad would have turned 60 years old. That's the only reason why I wore the purple. I didn't want to wear the polo that I wore Sunday. So I just grabbed something purple. But that's why.
Yeah. Tell quickly a memory or something funny or
See, I was gonna tell you to do that.
enlightening or something about.
When you do it, you go ahead.
I was trying to think of something while you were saying something.
Well, I think something we have in common, for better or worse, the car ride conversations with Dad. I think,
car ride.
yeah, I think those stand out. I mean, he's a funny guy. Like all of the people like out growing up, because he was youth pastor when I was growing up, and so like all my friends around him, they just, man, your dad is so funny. Like he was a real guy. He rubbed some people the wrong way, but he was pretty funny. I think I just enjoyed. I mean, he was my coach in basketball, so we had that connection. We always talk sports, and so sometimes not being able to talk about sports, that kind of sucks. But what you
I don't know why that made me laugh, but keep going.
nah, what you got?
Well, no, like you said, I think the obviously the car rides, and especially for me, I spent a whole lot of time in the car with him in high school, but then working with him at the church, he was definitely uh 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 is the word, I guess, a stickler for a lot of things, and he yeah, it was, and he didn't sugarcoat what he was feeling or what he thought, and so, but in hindsight, I think we could appreciate that because, and I think one thing for me and you, it gave us tougher, thicker skin with dealing with a bunch of stuff from other people, and so I'm appreciative that he made sure we knew that the world and life presented itself with challenges, and that you got to hit them head on. And
Yeah.
something that he used to say, and I can't say it the way he said it, not because it was like bad. I'm just saying like the way, but he would say is lions and bears and jackals out there. You gotta speak up for yourself and speak truth to power and all that kind of stuff. So I'm appreciative of that, and we had a good uh, time of reflection and honoring him on this past Sunday. So yeah, so happy heavenly 60th birthday to Dad. This is his first birthday in heaven, and hope. Look, we need
What
to
you
move on.
about
I was
to
about to say, hopefully he has many more. But look, you
And look, he like that dumb.
yeah, yeah, you. I get, but you know what? When we tell people that are living, I hope you pray you have many more. Once you get
Yeah.
hit, you have them forever.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
you ain't got no birthday up there, but yes, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah. So sorry to bring y'all down. We kind of had two heavy things to start the show, talking about slaves and Dad not being here. But yeah, it is.
While
Hey,
we on it,
life
this
is
ain't.
life.
Yeah, while we on it, this ain't heavy, and then we can get into the funny stuff. What is going on? I know here locally in DeKalb County, today is a big day. In DeKalb County, Georgia, today is a big day as far as leadership for the county and everything. The
See, now
runoff
you
election.
switching. Now you switching stuff because you said Happy Juneteenth today, as in because we post this on
Oh
Wednesdays, we tape
yeah,
on Tuesdays. So
look,
talk about in the context. The day we tape, it's a runoff election day.
right. So yeah, so at the time of y'all watching this, then these runoff elections in DeKalb County, Georgia, would have been finished.
Yeah.
So hopefully. And to be honest with you, this is my personal opinion. Both candidates are good candidates, so I don't think like if we lose one person,
Right.
that is just going to be
The county not gonna be on fire.
right.
Yeah.
This is segueing into about the country, though.
Mhm.
That, in my opinion, there is if you don't get one person, then we really, really are in trouble. But something that, and I don't know how much you can speak on this as other than just like from the perspective of a reporter. Do you feel like this Israel Palestine stuff is going to be the demise of Joe Biden winning in
No,
November? You
no.
don't. It's a whole lot of people that keep saying that this
Yeah,
is
I
just
mean, it doesn't help that for Joe Biden's sake, you have uh, what is it, Minnesota or whatever. You have an important swing state that has a large
Mm,
pro-Palestinian stance, which happen to be Democrats. But no, if Joe Biden loses, it's going to be because of the economy. It's going to be because of the border. It's going to be because of domestic issues. It's not. I don't think someone's going to say, "Oh, I want to vote because of the Israel Hamas thing." No, I don't think that percentage will outweigh the people who are pissed off about what's the word? I was about to say evolution, inflation. People who are pissed off about other stuff. I don't. Now, are there people mad? Yeah, of course.
mm.
But I don't think that's going to be a deciding factor if Joe Biden loses. No.
Yeah, and well, I probably shouldn't say this, um, but you know what? I think at our church on this upcoming Sunday is Men's Day, and the theme is men that stand. And I think if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And so we say that the Dialed In Show is a transparent conversation with me and Steven, and y'all are just listening in. And so if you don't like what I say or don't like what he say, you can click off and don't have to come back. But what I was about to say was I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it because hell, it is what it is. I don't think it's just my opinion. Now, prayerfully we don't get canceled, but really I don't think we would cancel for this. I think if I said something against Israel, we would possibly. But this is my opinion. I don't think the way that what's his name, Joe Biden is handling this situation is a reason for people, or at least enough people, to not vote for him. I think we got more than
Mhm.
one issue going on. Similar to
Correct.
how we complain about Republicans being or used to be centered on one issue like abortion, for
Mhm.
example. And it's just like, okay, I get that you pissed off about that, but it's more than just that. You can't
Right.
just vote
Yeah,
on one
he's
issue.
not going to lose because of. Or are you talking about from the voter standpoint, like someone saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm voting against him because this one issue." Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Now, granted, there are some people. This is every election that's going to go to the poll and say, "This is why I'm voting against this person," and it is one issue.
Mhm.
And I think that would only impact, Palestinian and Jewish voters who may say, "I really don't like the way you handled this. I'm gonna vote this way." But to the masses of those who are going to vote, no, Israel is not going to be the X factor, not in my opinion. Not when people are still pissed about bills and economy, and the economy has improved, but depending on who you hear say it, you won't be able to tell. National unemployment rate is like 4%, the lowest it's been. So it's just about what narrative you believe, because that those are the issues that people, and abortion, people are going
Yeah.
to vote in reference because of that, because you have to look at it. Former President Donald Trump has appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. I will bet a check if Donald Trump wins, Clarence Thomas and Alito are going to retire.
Mhm.
And that would mean Trump would have picked 5 of the 9 Supreme Court justices. So, no, I mean, so some people are going to the polls for abortion and other things. Yeah, that is absolutely true. So I don't think Israel and Palestine is going to be a deciding factor at all. Uh, um,
And
and every election is turnout. Are you gonna have enough pissed off people for which side is going to show up to vote?
and that's the stuff that I think the average voter doesn't recognize enough, that all right, you're not just picking a president for who's going to be in the White House for 4 years. Donald Trump, like you said, potentially is going
Hmm.
to decide half of the Supreme Court, half of the largest court in our country, and
Yeah.
they're going to be there far beyond him being
Hmm.
president. And it just ticks me off, brings up conversation about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and she should have retired.
She started the avalanche, huh, Micah?
She did, man. Yeah, we and you could always do a shoulda, coulda, woulda, but so much would be different if Ruth Bader Ginsburg had stepped down,
Mm,
retired when
mhm.
she was living. But man, I believe now. I've said this to some people, and they say I don't think that's gonna happen. I believe Donald Trump is gonna win. I'm not saying that I want him to, but I'm saying I believe he is. It's just,
Yep,
um,
he has a very strong chance of winning. Very,
yeah,
because
is
I mean, let's be very real and transparent. Like, no one's the faction of people who are saying they can't vote for Trump now that he's a convicted felon. Like, that number is very small. Like, people, like you said, people are looking at the bigger picture. Or Dad say, look at the bigger picture. People are looking at the bigger picture. And yeah,
don't
while
major in your
it,
minor. That what he
it's a
used to say.
lot of
Yeah.
Republicans who don't like Trump, but he can help forward their agenda when it comes to abortion and the Supreme Court and things like that. So they bite the bullet and vote for him because they know it'll still benefit them in the end. He's only going to be there 4 years, and I think that's how some Republican voters are looking at it. A lot of these Republicans don't like Donald Trump; they
Mhm.
like what he can do for them, and so that's that's why he has a really good chance of winning.
Mhm. Do you think, and I don't know, I'm just enjoying this politics conversation. I don't know why this just popped in my mind. Wait, before I say what I was about to say, do you think, and I already know your answer, I think it's no. Do you think that this Hunter Biden stuff is going to affect it in any kind of way? The
No,
election?
nope.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I ain't think so. But
It comes down to the simple things, man. The simple things that impact people every day. That's what it
now
comes
watch
down to.
this. Some kind of way Joe Biden is going to figure out around October to get gas prices lower.
Hmm.
Um, just like Brian Kemp did it here when he was about to get reelected. Everybody was so happy because he got the gas prices lowered. It's
Hmm.
just because he suspended the state tax, and it's like you playing games, man. Um, but do you think Georgia? My question is really about Texas, not Georgia. But Georgia, as far as the Senate goes, is blue right now.
Hmm.
And it really you have Atlanta or Metro Atlanta, and then you got Georgia.
Hmm.
Metro Atlanta's blue,
Hmm.
Georgia is red. What is the landscape look like in Texas, and do you think that Texas can turn blue anytime soon?
That's a two-part question. So first thing, and I'll use a quote from former Texas Governor Rick Perry. When I saw this quote,
Well, I don't like him, but I like some stuff he said.
when I saw this quote, I was like, "Did he really say that?" So Dallas, Austin, Houston, El Paso, which is very small compared to these other cities, and San Antonio. So like five major urban. There's
Black
five
cities.
urban cities in Texas, right? And Rick Perry said they are blueberries in a tomato soup. So picture blueberries in a bowl of tomato soup. You can barely see the blueberries.
Mhm.
Him saying there's just these little pockets. Now the thing is, and to answer your second question, while they are blueberries, the majority of Texas is red, right? Uh,
Mhm.
but like a huge percentage of the state's population lives in Dallas, Austin, Houston, San Antonio. And so if those people turned out to vote, it's always a turnout thing. If if all those people, and a lot of these people are already on the voter rolls, they're just not voting.
Mhm.
If people actually voted, yeah, Texas could be blue. But that portion of the state, I guess, I don't know, for whatever reason, has not been energized to vote. So it always comes down to turnout. Republicans are more motivated to vote and
Mhm.
more motivated to be a part of the political process. Democrats have people registered as Democrats on the voter rolls. They're just not going to vote. So, can Texas be blue? Sure. I mean, this is what I think some people confuse when so many people were shocked that like Georgia is blue now. I mean, it is. This is what you miss. Georgia and Texas are two totally different setups. If everybody in Metro Atlanta votes, Georgia will be blue every year.
Oh
If
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
votes. the makeup in Georgia, this number is going to be wrong, but I guarantee you about 65% of the population lives in Metro Atlanta of the state of Georgia.
Probably. It's probably accurate.
You got to think about how many more people are in Texas. And so you have these urban areas where people aren't voting. And so all the rural areas is making up for that number. And that's why Texas is red, because those people are going to vote and other people are not. So I wasn't shocked that, I was shocked that Georgia elected, a black senator and what is I can't think of his name.
Ossoff.
Yeah, John Ossoff.
A Jew, right?
Yeah, I mean, so was I shocked in that sense? Sure, but I'm not shocked that. I mean, you weren't. Well, were you born yet? I mean, I grew up with 2 Democrat governors in Georgia, like
using
Roy Barnes and Zell Miller.
Yeah.
So it's like if people vote, Georgia is blue. It's not red. And Georgia's not like Alabama. Like Birmingham is not as big, or Mobile is not as
Alabama
big
is
population. Right.
Yeah.
If Metro Atlanta votes, Georgia will always be blue.
Yeah. Now, and interesting, we are somewhat blue on the federal level, but the state level is very much so red. Is which really the voters. I can only speak for Georgia, but across the country, but the voters are very smart because what's his name? Warnock. White Republicans voted for Warnock. You literally had people who voted for Warnock but did not vote for Trump. Typically, you vote down the ticket, Republican. But nah, they went in there and did not vote for Donald Trump, but then voted for. So I think, and then all these elections are often a response to something that came before. Correct. Donald Trump was a response to Obama, which is why he's probably going to win again, because he's about to be a response to Joe Biden, which I believe, you could say I'm wrong. After Donald Trump wins in 2024, he does his 4 years. We're gonna have a female president that's a Democrat. That's just my opinion. I think it's gonna be a response.
I get you.
But it ain't gonna be Kamala Harris though. It ain't gonna be her. Nah, it ain't gonna be. I think they said her what you call it,
approval rating.
Yeah, are better than they used to be, but people don't like Kamala, and I don't know why. Other than they think she's a black woman. But
some people don't like women in leadership. Some people don't like black women in leadership. No, it's multiple reasons.
But give the Democrats a Nikki Haley maybe. But I'm saying it couldn't be her. But I'm saying give somebody like that after Donald Trump the next time, she'll win.
Is next week. But the debate in Atlanta. And I was watching some coverage yesterday, and people were talking about did Donald Trump give up too much to do this debate? Because and some Republican strategists say it can help him, but the fact that they're going to mute mics, that don't help Donald Trump. It might help him not keep saying crap, but that doesn't help him. Not having an audience, that doesn't help Donald Trump.
He feeds off of mess.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. And then is Joe gonna be jacked up on whatever he was jacked up on at the State of the Union? They give him an energy shot or something.
You've been seeing the clips of him at the Juneteenth thing, and he is just frozen. Yeah. Either way, so y'all, what day is the debate
next Thursday, 27th?
Okay, so it'll be after. And y'all keep in mind, Stephen and I are going on our cruise on July the 8th. Well, July the 8th, and so just
this is the perfect segue to the cruise. So we'll get into some funny stuff now. I'm tired of talking about serious stuff.
I was enjoying it.
You talk about cruises. We're going on a cruise. Now, I think this is doing too much. Now, I know, people add salt and pepper to their meals. That is totally fine. This family was on a cruise and brought onion powder, garlic. Just take a look.
She fall in love with me. It's so easy.
That's doing too much.
It might be doing too much, but hey, they food was seasoned.
And you don't sprinkle onion powder on your already cooked food.
If you put a little bit, it probably would be okay.
Nah, they're doing too much. So you really packed spices in your bag on the way to the cruise? Really?
That raises the question from me to you: is the food not seasoned?
The food is fine, especially where we're going to the restaurant, so you'll be fine. I just and I said I'm gonna add this, and Mike can be like, "Oh, so is the food nasty on the ship?"
Because now
that was doing too much.
Yeah, but obviously they thought about that ahead of time and said, you know
Or
what?
that just might be who they are. Like some people, when they go out to eat, they just put hot sauce in their
Hot
bag.
sauce.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I shake my head big time on that video when I saw it. You will enjoy the food, Micah.
Okay.
You probably enjoy it too much.
Hey, I hope I do enjoy it, and because I like to eat, you like to eat, we like to eat. It'll
No,
be
I told Mike he gonna be in heaven because so we're going to like on the cruise ship. If you haven't been on a cruise, they have like a dining hall, which is like picture like a cafeteria. That's like buffet style, and then they have a dining hall, which is a set menu item every meal. But then they have specialty restaurants, a steakhouse, sushi, hibachi, all this stuff. So we're going to the restaurants, and you're gonna like it because you get an appetizer, you get your main course, dessert. So you're gonna be caught up in that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lord willing, one day I make enough money. I want a chef. Like just what we eating for today? Surprise me. Let it be something
But
good.
see, you talking about surprise you may not want that surprise. They're like, okay, we eating meatloaf today. And you're like, I really don't want no meatloaf.
I'm not that picky, but you know what I might do? I really might today go get me some soul food. I can eat soul food every day.
What
Every day of the week.
what is your favorite meal? Your ideal meal? Ain't talking like what your mama cook. Just what is a meal that you can eat once a week?
Lately I've been on a spaghetti thing. That I've been
Have you
wanting.
had baked spaghetti?
Matter
Have
of
you
fact,
had
let
baked
me text
spaghetti?
your mama right now. Tell her I want some spaghetti. Um
Now,
uh
I've been recently, and you're gonna turn your nose up at it, but you need to try it. I don't use ground beef. You know what I use?
Turkey.
No, ground sausage. It is so much better. It makes it way more flavorful. You
I
should
mean,
you eat
um,
sausage, don't you?
you talking about like the kind of spicy type of like sausage?
I'm saying it's like how the hamburger is ground sausage.
Oh, you know, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know, but I
It's
like the
good.
way my mama makes spaghetti. So I
She'll
just
probably
text her.
turn her nose at ground sausage. And some people do 1 pound of beef, 1 pound of sausage, but it changes the flavor just because sausage has so much flavor. Um, you should try it one day.
But yeah, and I know she's listening. Yeah, I'm going to her house today. So that's just gonna be funny to her. So uh I want some spaghetti. And
Have you
she
had baked spaghetti?
yes. Yes. I now any type of pasta with sauce and meat
Mhm.
is good. Baked ziti, lasagna,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
So maybe we need to go to the Italian place more than the steakhouse.
She said, "I think I have beef. I'll see." Um, yeah, yeah. The only place that I'm probably gonna like the least, and I'm probably not gonna get no sushi. I don't like sushi. I don't. So
But you got to try it. Like,
I've
yeah,
tried it
you might not.
before. I don't
And
like
you like
sushi,
seafood more than me, so
but I like cooked
depending on how it's
seafood.
made and if it's fresh, you'll be. I was shocked. I went to. I had some sushi, and I was shocked. It was good. Like the one that I told whoever ordered, I was like, I'll just try it. Because yeah, I'm usually basic and just get like shrimp tempura or something. But
Now, all you fancy folk who be putting on Instagram and stuff, not fancy folk, but who be trying to be fancy, that like to go to Nobu, Nobu.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff nasty. I don't get
It is
that.
not.
That
It is
stuff
not.
nasty.
I went to Nobu for a bachelor party in Vegas. It was in our hotel. It's expensive, but it
They're
wasn't.
very expensive. It's a waste of your money. Don't go. It's nasty. You gonna go and act like you like that food and take pictures and stuff and post. No, it's nasty.
It
Everything
is
they
not.
brought to that table was nasty.
It's
I
not
said,
nasty.
"Oh no, bring me back to America. Let me go to
Oh my god.
Ricky's or something."
Moving on with food. I don't know why I put so many food things on here. All right, so it said you the one that's hungry. This man got mad. It was at a Checkers in Jacksonville. I know which one it is. It wasn't far from where I used to live. This man got mad, and look what happened.
Oh man.
You the one hungry, you fat.
She said, "You the one that's hungry, you fat."
I just said he probably still hungry. He ain't never get his food.
I mean, think about it. You so pissed. You throw your food, and then okay, what? Now you ain't got no food that you paid
Yeah.
for. That
I ain't never been that mad that I'm gonna throw my food.
no. Well, I couldn't because the second the video come out.
Look, and I hope she watched this. And you know what? I'm gonna send it to her. We got a cousin with a temper who has done stuff like, well, not necessarily like that, throwing it at the person at the that gave it to her, but I have been riding the car with her. And really, we need to pray for her. And I hope she watched this and laugh. I have been in the car with her, and her order is wrong, and she
Mhm.
literally rolled down the window and throw the food out the window.
That's
I said,
terrible. I
"You
know what
need
you're talking
help."
about.
I said, what? You just threw that food at like that's crazy. So y'all,
That's
if
terrible.
y'all got tempers like that, we praying for you because that's and then you gonna be hungry.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah.
All right. So
Oh wait. While we on this, do you believe in sending your food back at a restaurant?
depends on how bad it is. I try
Mm,
to not send it back.
mm.
It's got to be bad, like cold or man. Dad was sending crap.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like you
used to
said,
be like,
I'm typically the type of person I just eat it or not eat it. Like, but I'm
yeah,
not really going. Look,
yeah.
okay. And before we move on, again, there's this woman who I watch that cooks food, and she's funny. But I thought about you this morning when I saw it because she said, "Y'all stop washing your chicken." She said, "Don't wash your chicken." She said, "Now when you touch it, after you touch it, wash your hands, but don't wash your chicken."
Cross contamination. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody does different things. This video, I watched it a couple times. Take a look.
Walking on a damn out. He ain't running up a bag, he running it down mouth. I'm Mr. Swinger though, Mr. Beat the Road.
Get in my damn ass. Ooh, get your ass right my damn coat.
See these young kids, y'all be trying to make TikToks and all this stuff.
Do
She's like, yeah.
you remember now? Why your mama told me to go buy the ground beef? Look, do you remember when wait, no. Well, this might have happened twice. Once, perhaps, when Granny was alive, but I know when she died, uh, our cousins and stuff was going through all her hats, trying on her hats and stuff. But yeah, she said, "Get out my clothes." That's funny. That's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Uh, now, why this kid? Why is this kid in the
This was
sink?
cute. This was cute.
Take a look.
She done pulled the shirt up to the sink and got in the dishwater. She is sitting in the Noah, really? You is tripping.
How did kids are so? She pulled up the chair, got in the man. See, like you said, in that instance, like you can't be that mad. Like a kid could be
Yeah.
doing way worse, you know?
Yeah. And she wanted to get in a pool. So it was just
And
like,
she was just sitting in it. Like she like,
yeah.
what?
Well, yeah. I'm just glad she wasn't like drinking it or anything, but yeah, she was chilling. Really, And I don't know if her mom, grandma, whoever it was, had just run the water. It might have been warm. She was in like a little hot tub. She was enjoying herself.
I don't know why so many of your videos today are food related. Because this last one, this kid told the dad he got a big back.
Yeah.
Y'all take a look.
Don't want to let me do a fruit punch.
Now it be your own people. That kid ain't have to say that.
He said, "Big back, big back." He's like, yo, just ordering all that food. You got a big back. I don't know how these trends happen, like phrases and stuff, and it just spreads.
Yeah, where big back come from?
Yeah, who started this? But yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But, yeah.
All right, lastly, we're going to end on some newsy stuff. So the U.S. Surgeon General, he's calling on Congress to put warning labels on social media. Now, there are warning labels on like cigarette packets, warning labels on other medical stuff. On social media, I understand the research of what he's saying is linked to, kids are on social media way more. I'm on social media. I think they said 5 hours a day or something like that. The average teen, and teens who are on social media are more apt to be depressed and stuff like that. But okay, what is a warning label gonna do? Like, really? Like,
yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things. It's like, all right, whatever, yeah, y'all do it, but it's not gonna stop them. Like, if you ever been on something and it says you have to be 18 or something like that, and all you gotta do is say, yeah, I'm 18.
Right.
Like, it's not. And I think it's a slippery slope, because already right now, and especially, well, it depends on what side, but especially Republicans probably, how they censor certain things out on Instagram and Facebook. I think it can become a dangerous thing potentially when it comes to freedom of speech, because, well, how are you deciding what should be censored or not? Like, what?
Yeah.
That's I don't know.
Yeah. I know you got to try to do something, but I just don't know what a warning label is not going to reduce social media numbers. Because one, even if a parent is more aware of the possible dangers of social media, their kid's still going to get on social media. So I just, I don't know. But that's all the time we have. Thank you guys for watching episode 21 of the Why Are You Laughing?
You just cut it off and say, all right, bye. We done.
Of the Dialed In Show. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, share, do all that. And you know what? I'm getting kind of upset because the subscribe number has not gone up on YouTube in a little while. So y'all need to subscribe.
I just got excited for no reason. I was about to say I go see Angel next week, but no, I don't. That's in July. No, I don't.
It's coming.
And Angel has been doing well.
She has.
Their team not necessarily been doing so great, but she's been doing pretty good.
Yeah. I really haven't been watching WNBA just because I'm tired of the Caitlin Clark stuff. So I really haven't been watching games. I watched a little. Mom had a game on when I got home last weekend, but I'm just tired of it. All these new fans are making it lame. Like, literally in the NBA Finals Monday night, like a foul happened, and it was a foul happened and moved on. And Doris Burke said, if that had been against Caitlin Clark, we would have been talking about it all week. Like, over it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.